EA Games.
Challenge everything.
3 years ago, while on assignment, the agent was severely wounded in an encounter with Dr. No, and subsequently lost the use of his right eye. Consumed with vengeance, he frequently resorts to violence and brutality, and is no longer fit for service with MI6. Goldfinger, a member of the most powerful criminal organization in the world, has seized the U.S. gold depository at Fort Knox. He intends to irradiate the bullion reserve with a nuclear device, which will devastate the global economy. As his crimes threaten the security of the Bank of England itself, you and 007 will work in concert with Army commandos to neutralize Goldfinger's men, then locate and defuse the bomb. Good luck, gentlemen.
Tactical vision.
Hello guys, I'm JC4R, and this is firstly a little intro controller setup thing. I want classic. Yeah, that's right. And that's James Bond. We're not James Bond. We're a guy named GoldenEye. Goldfinger's the bad guy. Sorry.
Oh, looks like a damned hornet's nest. Hang on, gentlemen. Ho, watch your fire! This is Phoenix Leader. Mayday, mayday, I'm losing I'm over here.
Well, James Bond is dead, so I guess it's down to us. Let me see one small thing. Okay. Yeah, no, the controls felt a little bit weird despite the fact that apparently these are the right controls that I usually use. So that's what confused me. Anyway, first things first is that we have an unlimited firing gun, and it will let me, which it won't. I think I threw a grenade by accident. I didn't mean to do that. We can go ahead and beat up people. And the main premise of the game, if it will ever fucking let me, is that you can carry 2 guns at all times. Any mix and combination of guns is allowed, which is pretty cool, and essentially not a bad guy, but you're the anti-hero. So we need to go this way now. What I typically do is I'll pick up a gun with my left hand first, because that way I'll get the 2 guns quicker, as to where if you pick up one with your right hand, then it'll just replace your unlimited firing thing instead of having 2 guns, you know? It's not going to move one gun over to the other hand, it's just going to replace the one you have. So that's why I always go for the left hand first. And, like, I'm probably going to talk as if it's an option for you guys, even though I'm sure no one is going to care to get this, but I think it's a great game. Especially after, like, over time, I've learned how much better this game is than certain other games, cough cough Red Steel. There's also 2-handed guns that are rarer and generally more powerful, so whenever you see one, get it. Stop that. You can also beat people up with them as well. Picking up just when you have a 2-handed gun, it holds over. And you can still beat people with it. Now, if I were to take him hostage, I wouldn't keep that gun. Instead, it would just go to my unlimited ammo gun, so that's a thing you probably won't want to do. Whenever you take a hostage, you just either get rid of your 2-handed gun, or get rid of the gun you're holding in your left hand, which kind of sucks, and it's not something I'm going to be doing often, but it is a strategy for, like, a desperate resort kind of thing. So every now and again it's kind of useful, but for the most part it's probably not something I'm going to be doing. I believe at the bottom left, it'll show that's supposed to be like my reward, or you should get points for killing and stuff, which is good. So like if I do this, oh, it's right there at the top right. See, it shows that fist. That's saying I did a combat kill, which they like. They enjoy that. Now another thing you can do right here. See how I've got no ammo, and I picked that up and I got that ammo. Instead of reloading, if I just switch guns, I'll just take that gun with its full ammo, which is great. And I guess I accidentally did it. The idea is there's booby traps. We'll get to see it in better action in a second if I can go down this ladder. Go ahead and grab that real quick. Shoot those guys. You only get a few shots at that, so you might as well make them count. And anytime I see a barrel like that, it's generally pretty good to maybe shoot it and get it out of your way. The enemies never activate the booby traps as far as I know, so you're always safe walking along there. But here's a better example. See that guy right there? He's dead now. And booby traps count for good kills. I'm probably not going to be playing this to the, and I'm not saying this isn't I'm bad at the game, but I am saying that I think the game's hard, and I think this is a little bit closer to the way most modern shooters are dealt with. So if you are a fan of the modern shooter, you might be yelling at me because I might not notice a guy or not play the way you play. So if you're really stingy on that, you might not have a good time. But I mean, I think I've done enough James Bond games, and Resident Evil games, and games that involved guns to say I do know how to play them. Thank you. That was all I was really going for with that statement. Hi guys. I am going to be kind of reckless, though, because I'm allowed to be for a little bit. I didn't mention it as well, but your little dude has superpowers. Right now, the only superpower he has is just the regenerative health thing, which is the right bar. So that's a perk of his little GoldenEye that people decide to hate this game for, because, it uses the name GoldenEye, and God forbid, that's precious. Excuse me. Alright, I think we got it. Did I get more ammo out of them? There we go. No, I did. But yeah, no, your dude has regenerative health, and you'll get better abilities later as time goes on. But it really does spice it up over time, so the next video you're going to see, which these levels are long, so the videos might end up being decently long as to where one level may take multiple parts, etc. But the next video, next level, will be a little bit different from this. So this is just a small taste of what's to come, while the next one is a larger taste, and you get more and more interesting things as time goes on. This game really does spice it up. And my 2 cents is I personally prefer the games with health bars over regenerative health, because usually with games like this, they just copy and paste the enemies and call it difficulty. And I don't like that. I think that's really dumb, and yeah. Because they're like, well, we gotta balance it out somehow, so it's not super easy, and they're just like, oh, we'll just throw in 80 million guys. Call it a day. Was that a grenade? I guess it was a grenade. Let me go get that. These guns swear in almost every Bond. I remember them from The World's Not Enough as the MB Pow 90. And not only do they look practically identical to the way they looked in The World's Not Enough, but they have the same cartridge limitations as well, where it carries 50 in a clip, and I think it maxes out. I think in this game it's a little bit over 100, but I don't remember what it was. I just loading them up with 1,000 bullets per second at once. It's really great, really good to use. But the downside is, though, is the fact that since you're using 2 of the same gun, it's going to be sharing the same ammo. Meaning, right there with those 50 bullets, yep, one of them got a little bit less than the other. So that's the downside to doing something like that. Let me switch. But it still doesn't hurt. generally I just try and use like 2 different guns unless they're like handguns where it's easier to manage the leftover ammo. He's died. But with these machine guns, that you burn through it rather quick, so you gotta hope there's a lot of them around. In other words, I think that's it. I think we're here at the end now. End of our first level.
We need fire support!
Reset program. End of training simulation. You were directly responsible for the death of 007. Your tactics are inexcusable. There's no place at MI6 for an agent like you. You're dismissed.
Alright. So that was the first level. Went by, I'm going to say, pretty quick. It should have a timer on here, doesn't it? No, maybe it doesn't. Well, you know what? Checking the timer on my computer, well, it still says 16 minutes. Yeah, but that doesn't count like the first fucking 5 minutes I had to probably remove. But anyway, this was just a small taste. I'm still going to heavily advise you check out the next one because there's a little bit more to it, as you will see. But yeah, this has been the intro to GoldenEye Rogue Agent. See you guys then.